All right, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to another edition of Swag Talk show. We cover the swag inside and out. Of course, I'm your tour guide around the swag Seawells, and as you can see, we got a special guest in the house, man. This is my first repeat guest. This time, man, he got a title to his name, man. Mr. All-Conference Longsnapper Braxton Blackwell, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, Charles. How you doing, man? Appreciate you for having me on again, man. It's a blessing, man.
Hey, it's all love, man. I appreciate you coming through. And like I said, I know how we do. We're just gonna kind of talk about this and that, and just have a good time. So, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and start, man. How did it feel to be an all-conference guy in your first year, man? How does that feel?
Man, it's been a long time coming. Just everything that I went through with going through junior college. They didn't have all SWAC, or not all SWAC. They didn't have any awards like that in junior college for long snappers. But coming in the season, I know the mindset for all of us as specialists was to try and win first team, of course, and just that was the mindset throughout the whole year. And I think that really helped having all the other guys around me like Josh, Robins, and Luke. They were all kind of motivating, and just they all wanted the same goal as me. And sad that Robins didn't get it. I thought he should have got it. Along with me, but also think that I should have been first team. And I felt like getting second team just going to put a chip on my shoulder and make me next year want to get first team and get FCS All-American for the next year. So, but it's a blessing to get that. It's still glory to God for letting me be able to get the second team. And I thought for my first year in the SWAC, I thought I had a good season. There's some things that I need to tweak up, of course, but I think that it's just a blessing to be able to get that second team All-Conference my first year in the SWAC. So it's a blessing.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. When I saw your name on the list, you would have thought it was me, man. I got excited. I was like, and that's a tough position. A lot of people don't realize it's an underrated position. It's probably the most valuable position on a special teams unit, because if the snap ain't right, ain't nothing gonna be right. And if anybody out there was at Southern Spring practice this season, y'all know the value of a long snapper, because snaps was a big issue. Maybe one bad snap that I know of this season, that's from my point of view. Maybe you had a couple that you felt that weren't right, but that was definitely a key factor. And like you say, Robin should have made it, man. That guy's probably, if not the best, one of the best punters in the league. And you guys did work, so I definitely want to congratulate you on that. So let's jump over. Like I said, you had all conference season, but how was your first year at Southern so far?
It's going good. Being here, being able to come in the fall and play the season, it was definitely an experience. The fan base was great. Every game we played, I felt like, the energy was always there. I really like how, Southern fans travel as well. So that's kind of uplifting as well. And just playing throughout the season showed me many things. It grew me. It made me better and better each week. So having this first season ends really good. All the nerves I had were out basically after the first game, and then now going into it for the next season, to just know how to get better and keep working, and just the nerves will be gone. So now it's just playing and looking forward to trying to win that championship. Sad that we came up short in the championship, but blessed to be able to win the West champs. So that was a big deal for our first year with Coach Dooley there. So I mean, it's a blessing. Hopefully we can next year come out and win it all.
Yeah, I mean, for the things that happened for Southern to make the championship this year was actually a miracle. If you want to look at it, you guys, had a chance, but then you dropped the FAMU game, but then, Prairie View lost, Texas Southern lost all in the same day. And, all you needed to do was beat Grambling, which is always appreciated. But, to make it, in the first year with a coach, new guys on the team, some guys from the last year, that's not the bunch that may be in the future, but that was definitely a good accomplishment. All right, so let's talk about some of the games this season. How was it playing in Tiger Stadium?
Oh man, that was so. We played our first game. We played against Florida Memorial. We had a lot of fans there, but going into Tiger Stadium, just that leading up to that game, all the hype around it was crazy. So but then I would say whenever we were in the hotel, that was when I got my nerves. I'm not gonna lie. That was the only time this season I actually felt like real nerves. We were just sitting there eating, and I was feeling the, animosity from the game already hitting me then. And then we just got there and everything stopped. It just felt like I was meant for this. You know, it was just like I felt like I was meant to play in this stadium already because I had already dreamed about it. So I already kind of played the game in my head. So I just knew that I had to go out there and compete. But no, playing in front of the 102,000 people was ridiculous. It was an experience that I won't ever forget. I'll get to tell my kids this one day. I'll get to, you know, my family was there in attendance. So that was it was a blessing to see, you know, and play on that platform. It was great.
Yeah, I think they said like over 200,000 people on the campus. You know, it took hours for people to get on and off campus. You know, basically the whole city of Baton Rouge was there. It was, you know, it was an amazing thing. So one thing I did want to ask you about playing that, and I've been to games in that stadium, but is it when the crowd noise? How is that? Was it like really bad?
I wouldn't say it was really bad, but like I think it's because of in the moment, like when I'm on the sidelines, it's loud, like really loud. I can barely hear anything. But whenever I'm on the field, I like block out everything. So like I don't really hear anything. Like it's like the noise is gone. I don't really hear any noise. But whenever you're on the sidelines, you can definitely feel the energy in there, and all you hear is just a loud sound. Especially whenever it gets third down, you know, it gets loud. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably one of the most loudest atmospheres I've played in so far. And it's loud like people say. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been there for a bunch of games, and it feels like the sound is slapping you in the face. So I figured it's, you know, just as rough on the field. But you just spoke about your family being at the games. How important was that for your family to be able to come to your games?
It was great. A lot of my family, especially my mom, dad, stepmom, and my stepdad, they came to almost every game this year. They even traveled as well. So it was just a blessing. Like I said, one of the main reasons why I committed to Southern was to play in front of my family. So like being able to play in front of my mom, dad, stepdad, and my stepmom was a blessing. Playing in front of my siblings as well, like it was a great opportunity to be able to come here and play. And just them being in attendance meant so much to me. All the support that they've had for me, and being able to tell them basically back when I was younger that I was going to do this, and I set that out, and I you know made it to Division I, and just seeing them, and you know the emotions are definitely there. And so just being able to play in front of them is truly a blessing from God, and just blessed to be in this position that I'm in.
All right. Yeah, like I said, you know, I had a chance to meet your family a couple of times, you know, so really good people. Glad to see, you know, you guys being there. I can always, you know they're in there, and that's always good. Let's talk about a couple other environments during the season, because I'm really curious about your thoughts on that kind of stuff. But Southern played in Jackson twice, and that's always a intense type of game. At least in the stands, it is. How was that playing in that stadium, especially the first time?
Yeah, Jackson, very hostile. I will say that the fans are very hostile towards Southern. We were in pregame, and we had fans, like we were trying to kick the ball, warming up and stuff, and we had the fans not wanting to give us our balls back. So like they were arguing with our equipment guys, and everybody was yelling, you know, back and forth. That we got mad because we couldn't kick pregame that much the very first game because they were complaining about it. So yeah, very hostile. It's very loud as well. The energy's there. So it's what you're going to get when you come to the SWAC. Like I said, you're going to get that. You're going to get that great fan base, and that's what's so good about this conference is the fan base and the love and the culture and the tradition is, you know, that's what makes, you know, the SWAC what it is now. And it's just playing at Jackson. It's definitely a hard environment to play in. But leading up to that, you know, you're going to have to play in front of that hostile environment no matter what. So you just got to put your mind to it and just go out there and play.
Yeah, and speaking of the hostility, it extends into the stands, man. Jackson State is probably one of the few places where the fans from both sides tend to sit by each other because they love to come and sit on the other side and sit next to you and, you know, talk noise back and forth. And, some people get a little bit crazy, but it's always a fun experience to go there. How was playing in the Bayou Classic? How was that for you?
Yeah, the Bayou Classic was crazy. Like, leading up to that game, the coaches already said this is one of the biggest games that you'll play all year. Everybody comes to see it, and they weren't lying. Like, that Bayou Classic was packed. So, playing in that environment, playing in the, New Orleans Superdome, I always dreamed of that as well. I grew up a Saints fan, just like I did as an LSU fan. Grew up as a fan, and I always thought about playing in that stadium, and being able to do it again was also another check mark my journey. And it's just great. The love is there. You can see, you know, there wasn't much, you know, hostility there. Like I thought that, like, you know, the fans were going to be all hated towards us, but they really weren't. You know, it was just a good environment playing. Everybody was, you know, it seemed like they're having a good time. It was a good environment, and it was loud. I can't say that. And then family were in attendance as well as that. And just seeing them they were actually on the side. So they were on our sideline sitting by me. My mom and stepdad were. So seeing them right there watching me, you know, was amazing.
Yeah, and you know, one thing about the Bayou Classic is it's a rivalry, but it's more of a family affair because you know it's a Louisiana thing. You got some families, husbands and wives, one with the Southern, one with the Grambling. You know, it's all family tied in there, so it's not necessarily that intensity that you get with Jackson. Not, you know, both sides want to win, but it's not that, you know, I don't want to say hatred, but it's not that intensity that smacks you in the face when you pull into the parking lot of the stadium. Yeah. But it's definitely, you know, one of those games that it means a lot. And, you know, all it takes is being involved in it one time and you know what it's like. One thing I noticed this season, because, you know, I'm at the games like mad early. Sometimes I'm there before y'all come out. You guys as specialists, man, y'all were really, really close. How was that, man? How were y'all able to build that bond?
Well, it all started from back in the summer whenever we all first met in person. You know, and we just went through the season. You know, we were by each other all the time. You know, Robins lives right down the hall from me. Josh lived in you know, he lived in another hall, but we just all were around, and Luke lived in our same hall as well. So just being all around each other every day, we would go out to eat together. We'd go and do things together. We'd always be around each other. So we just started that from the summer, and we started getting into that, and we just got really close with each other. And, you know, it's a lifelong friendship between all of us. And, you know, it's just great to have that. We had a really good connection with each other. We were always cool with each other. We always went and ate with each other. It was just a connection that we really wanted from the summer. And, you know, we built that throughout the whole season. And I think that's what made us so successful this year and what we did and how we handled things.
Yeah, and I mean, you can tell it's a legitimate bond. Like I said, I'm always in there, and I see you guys come out, man. I've been meaning to find out, man, who idea was it to wear the mask in pregame?
That was actually our little kicking coach that always is around, Nash. I don't know if you've heard of Trey Nash. He's the guy that's always around us too. And adding on to him, he's done a great job, you know, being there for us. And, you know, we went out and ate with him as well. And just having him there with us is also a blessing as well. We built a family relationship with him as well. So having him there, you know, always coming to every practice, every meeting, just having him around is great because, you know, as kickers and punters, you don't necessarily everywhere you go have a kicking coach. And I guess having him there just to, like, talk with us and go chill with us and, you know, build a relationship with us is great. You know, having him there is always an amazing thing to have. So just building that connection with him and building all of us really brought us all together. So it's great.
Yeah, man. I can't remember what game it was.
Jackson. It was Jackson.
Yeah. And I said you guys took a picture together, and I was like, man, that's the coldest special teams unit I've ever seen in my life, man. That's you know, that was some swag right there. I was like, you know, you don't get that nowhere else but Southern. So I thought that, you know, that made you guys unique. And like I said, you know, the unit was one of the best in the league. You know, very few mistakes all season. So, you know, I mean, that's a vital part to, you know, winning games, especially the punting unit. A game like the Bayou Classic, you know, a lot of really valuable punts that were very important. You know, that's like another aspect of your defense. So I think that's great. Getting back to rivalries, can you tell, like I know you're a guy that, you know, not a Southern guy before you got there, but could you tell, like, on the field, the difference between like a Jackson State game and like a Valley game in terms of like the intensity between the two teams?
Yeah, there was definitely the tension was definitely different, especially on the field. You got guys talking, you know, a lot of, you know, mess and stuff like that. But yeah, I could definitely tell the intensity just from the fans' energy, from the players' energies. Like, I could just see the difference from the coaches' energies too. Like, everybody is just like the rivalry you can see. Like, you can definitely see it. Rather as like Valley, you know, Valley was kind of a smooth game. Like, I mean, there was trash talk, but it wasn't like a built up like the built-up was when we played Jackson, the built-up when we played LSU, the built-up when we played in the Bayou Classic. even the built up to Alcorn game. Like it's just a different build up to them games rather than non-rivalry games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So was there a lot of talking during the LSU game, or was that kind of like a little bit here and now?
I'm not really sure. So whenever I was on the field, I didn't really hear much. It's hard to hear in that game, in general, but I didn't really hear any trash talk really like that. So
yeah, I think. And one more game I wanted to ask you about before we get away from that part of it. The Prairie View game was a very interesting game. They had the altercation before the game and everything. Coach Dooley first time back at Prairie View. I was the intensity like high in that game.
Yes, I forgot to add on about that game too. That felt like a rivalry as well. So whenever the whole just that whole week, coming back to play at Coach Dooley's old school, we had we wanted to go in and win that game, dominate from all phases of the game, and that was our goal. And I thought Prairie View was one of our best games that we played as specialists as well. Just building up to that, everybody was talking, even pregame, we went out for warm-ups, everybody was talking. Like, it was just like a back and forth stuff because, we had some guys that were from Prairie View as well that were on our team. So, and, Dooley coming back playing, it was crazy. But, yeah, that build-up was there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can I wanted to go to the game, couldn't make it, but you could tell even from sitting at home watching that it was high energy, and I know some Prairie View people, and they always feel like they need to tell you how they feel about anything. So I figured it was, but I always like to kind of go to the source. How was it? What was it like your first year playing for Coach Dooley?
For me, I got recruited by Coach Dooley and Coach Graves, and Robins helped also, but playing for Coach Dooley is, an experience. I really enjoyed playing for Coach Dooley. I'm not going to lie. Probably one of my most favorite coaches I've been with. He just trusts us a lot, and I think that's what builds a relationship with me and Coach so much is that we're just so, close, and he trusts in what we do, and he knows that we can do it. So, like, he doesn't really, like, get on to us at all because he, he just knows that we know how to do our job, and I think that's just a trust factor between all of us and Coach Dooley as well. So, playing for Coach, it's great. I love Coach Dooley personally, as a coach and as a person. I like how the meetings were. I like how practices are ran. I just like everything about it, and I think that it's going to keep building up. I think we're just going to keep getting better year in, year out, and I'm excited for next year. I'm excited, to go another season and hopefully win it all. I want to win the championship, and I want to win the Celebration Bowl as well. That's the goal.
Yeah, that's always, a good thing to have as a goal. One thing about Coach Dooley is I used to always like to see what he had on before the game. I think that's that's one of the that's the only coach I've ever seen that came out in a suit before a game. So it was always interesting to see what he had on. That was just one of my things. So what does your off season look like? What do you do in the off season as far as football goes?
Yeah, so off season, after the season now that's done, I'm taking like a week or two away from snapping the ball, but I'm still gonna be like doing workouts, working out, trying to get stronger. I want to build my explosiveness. I've talked to Joshua Griffin as well, the other kicker. And one thing that me and him both said that we want to work on is explosiveness. So I'm trying to work on explosiveness to get more explosive, get a lot bigger, get a lot faster. I need to get better in coverage as well, start making more tackles. That's one thing that I wish I could have done better on was making tackles. I had so many opportunities, and I just blew the opportunities to make the tackles. So that's one thing I'm going to work on in the offseason is being able to get off the block if somebody's trying to block me because there's a lot of teams that did try and block me, and you'll see it on film. There's a lot of people that tried to block me, so I need to focus on working on explosiveness, getting stronger, and using my hands to get around the blocker to be able to go and try and make a tackle. So that's the main thing that I definitely need to work on in the offseason.
All right. Well, one thing, the punt coverage unit was solid, so you guys never really gave up any big returns as far as I can remember. So that's definitely a good thing. But man, let's switch gears and let's jump off the field, for the rest of this. If you're cool with that.
Sure.
All right. So I noticed you have a Twitch channel, man. How did that come around?
So adding on to the Twitch stuff. I've always grew up. I think it began when I was like 13 years old. Gaming is a passion of mine as well. I like to stream, make content on YouTube. I actually do YouTube as well. I'm starting to do TikTok as well, and I'm starting to, do my Twitch back again. I've been pretty consistent with it. So yeah, that's just like another thing that I want to do. I think social media is so big nowadays, and that's one thing I want to brand myself out on is social media. And I'm trying to make my name, get bigger, and doing what I love as well, because I love playing football and I love doing social media. So those are the two things I really want to do good on. As far as off the field, that's just something that I enjoy doing, and I hope to continue, and I hope to be able to keep branding my name out and branching out and just giving content to people that people like and can enjoy, and just have fun with it. That's all it's about.
Well, in this era, this NIL era, it's important to build your brand. So I noticed you had that, and I was like, man, I definitely want to ask, because that's always interesting to me. What kind of games do you play?
Right now I play like a variety right now, but I'm mainly streaming like on GTA. I do like a role play scenario. It's like a GTA role play, and then I play Fortnite a little bit, and sometimes I think I'm going to start getting into like Warzone and stuff like that. But GTA is my main focus right now. I actually I just play GTA, and I do like, I don't know if you've seen where they have like role play servers. You actually like play GTA, but it's like a server that you go on, and you actually like could be like a different type of things. You can pick kind of what you want to do. Like you could be a police officer, you could be like somebody in a gang, you could be a normal business owner. So like just something like that. I like streaming that and role playing and acting like playing something that I wouldn't do in real life, basically. So like
that's what GTA is. Doing stuff that you couldn't do. I mean, I play GTA a lot. And driving on the wrong side of the road, driving off the interstate. It's like running over people. It's like somebody look at you funny on the sidewalk, you pull out your thing and do what you do. So I mean, I understand how that is playing GTA, especially online. It's definitely one of those things that everybody kind of has, but that's one of the things I enjoy doing. I don't play online that much because I suck online, but I'm more of a single player guy in every game I play because I don't really do well online.
Yeah.
But I enjoy watching people play, so I'm definitely gonna check out your channel. So are you're on computer?
Yeah, I'm on computer. Yes.
So are you a system guy at all, or are you just a computer guy?
Right now, I mean, I do got a PS4, but I don't really play anything on PS4 no more. So I do actually use a controller though. Like when I play Fortnite, I use this Xbox controller to play. Mm-hmm. So like that's what I use. I use a controller for like games like Fortnite, Warzone, stuff like that. But like for GTA, I use like a PC. I use a keyboard and mouse.
That always seemed odd to me. I guess because I'm always been a console guy. The last time I had a computer to play games on was like a Commodore 64, so that tell you how long ago that was. But that always seemed kind of odd to me playing on a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, it was definitely very awkward whenever I started. But my brother actually got me into it. He's the one who actually found the game and the role play server and all that. And I just started playing on it. And I was like, man, this is fun. I got to keep doing it. And I've just been playing it ever since.
So when you do stream, do you stream for like hours, or do you just play for a little while? And
yeah, I stream for hours. I'm not going to lie. I think like, especially after football, I know in the spring, I'm going to after football, I'm definitely going to stream a lot. I did in the fall as well. I streamed at nighttime usually. And we stream probably for like 3 hours maybe. But like I think during the spring I'm gonna try and do maybe like 5 hours, maybe less. I don't know.
I mean, how do you play that long, man? Like I fall asleep after like an hour and a half.
So it's just because I think it's just because I like doing it. Like I like gaming aside, like off the field, rather than working out. But it brings me peace, and I have friends as well that play it too. So like it just kind of fun to do. And I like streaming too. Like I like interacting with all different people. So like just being able to talk and be able to kind of interact with other people that just come in your stream and just come talk is, it's fun. I like to build like a friendly environment and a very peaceful environment that everybody can talk and, Just be cool. It's really all it is. Just chill, talk, do whatever. Just have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when I saw that, I was like, I definitely got to ask you because, I'm an old school video game guy, man. I've always been, single player. I play a little online here and now, but I like to watch people do that kind of stuff. So I'm definitely gonna check you out for sure. You mentioned that you getting into TikTok and everything. I know there's a few guys on the team do a lot of social media stuff. How is that being around other people that kind of do what you do as far as like social media and everything?
It helps out because I think the main thing nowadays is that you need to market. If you can market with people and build relationships with people, it's going to help in the long run, because if you market with different people, it will just grow your brand and it'll help you and see that other people are looking at it and they're like, okay, like he seems like a cool guy. He's marketing with this guy, it would be nice. So just being around that, marketing with people is definitely a big thing nowadays. So like just building that relationship with them people is good because, they want to do what you do. They have the same goal. So doing that's going to, influence you and keep, keeping on the grind and letting you keep doing what you want to do towards that goal. So, I mean, it's just good to have people like that around you to kind of motivate you and talk to you about different things and getting different sides of how, stuff's being marketed or how you're doing certain things and how you can do it better.
Yeah. I think social media is very, very valuable. I know a lot of people are still kind of, a lot of older people are still kind of like apprehensive of it, but it's important, man. It's like, just being able to, put information out, drop some content here and there. It definitely helps, it increases your visibility. For a guy like me, to go to a game and somebody see me and they speak and I'm like, I don't know who that is, but, they watch you and they get to kind of experience what you do. So, well, I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes, whatever, to promote all your channels and everything, man.
All right, I appreciate it. So yeah, my Twitch is just It's Brax. It's gonna be ITSS and then Brax BRAX. That's the Twitch, and then my Instagram is just my first and last name. And that's really it. And then my YouTube is just It's Brax. It's space Brax. So it's ITS space BRAX, and that's that's my stuff.
Basically. All right. So what kind of stuff you got on YouTube? Just your gaming stuff?
Right now, I only have one video. It's from Call of Duty back in I think it was maybe a year ago. It was Cold War, and I did a montage video on my sniping clips. I did that, and that's only one video. But I got some stuff that's coming out here soon. Actually working up with an editor that I've known for a good while that's going to start editing me some videos. So hopefully I can get some content out soon and start actually doing stuff towards that I can actually start working towards to brand out myself as well.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. Like I said, it's all about building that brand. Have you I'm not trying to pocket watch, but have you gotten any opportunities in any NIL things yet?
I've had a couple of people reach out. Not really big NIL deals that I want to do. I had one NIL that I was really thinking about doing, and I just it was during the season, so I wasn't really focused on that much because I'm more of a person that once I'm in season, I don't really care about the NIL stuff. I'm more focused on playing and getting prepared, so I don't want to get caught up in all that. But definitely in the offseason, I'm going to look. I hope some NILs reach out to me because I think it would be very beneficial for me. And I think that, it'll help promote me as well and help promote Southern as well because I feel like there's a lot of stuff, a lot of NIL deals out there that I would be interested in. So, yeah, I feel like during the season I wasn't really focused on it, but definitely now it's kind of something that I'm thinking about that I would, be open to NIL deals as well. So.
All right. Well, hey, if anybody out there, man, y'all want to throw this man a bag, get at him. Got to be a nice bag. No chump change. I did want to ask you one question about the NIL thing. Do you feel like that's kind of changed the way some guys look at college football, like in terms of they're more focused on that kind of stuff than actually playing, or does it not have an effect?
I'm not sure. So I know with me, yes, NIL, has changed a lot, and a lot of people are benefiting off of it. But I don't think that changes the mindset of an athlete because at the end of the day, you're working already in college. We already, we're college athletes. We don't have a job like other students do. So I feel like it's a way that helps us as well to be able to make money and be able to, you know, be able to provide for ourselves while we're at school if we wanted extra things, you know, stuff like that. But I don't think it changes the mindset, because at the end of the day, all of the guys that are in college, your main goal is to make the NFL, and you're trying to go and make money already. So why not make yourself on field better and get NIL deals than, you know, to just not, you know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like NIL is a good thing because it helps us athletes, you know, provide with us sometimes whatever we need. And then it just markets our name and it gets our name bigger so that, you know, other people can see our name and just know who we are.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, when that kind of came around, I thought it was a great thing because, you know, you guys go out there every day and, you know, you put yourself on the line every day when you step out on that field, anything could happen. So, you know, you really want to have the opportunity to, you know, like build your brand and benefit for yourself before you get, you know, to your future. So I always feel like that was something that was much needed, man, you know, because why just because you play sports in college that you don't have an opportunity to make money? I think that was always, you know, asinine, but, you know, that's a topic that we talk about a lot. But, you know, I'm not going to really hash on that too much here. Is there anything you want to say to the fans out there before we get out of here?
Yeah, I appreciate everybody who's supported me and our team. You know, I hope, you know, next year we can go and win the championship. That's the main goal. Like I said, that's the reason why I came Southern, because I knew we would have a championship caliber team. And yeah, I just thank y'all for all coming out supporting, just keeping the support. Jaguar Nation was great to me, great to the team. I felt like, you know, I really felt the love every game that I played in. So I appreciate y'all for one. I appreciate the coaches as well. Coaches have faith in me all year. I got to give thanks to them as well. And just, you know, like I said, fan base was great, and I'm ready for next season. Go Jags.
Hey, he said it best at the end, man. Go Jags. It's always Jags every day. Southern against everybody else. But I want to thank you for coming through, man. Like I said, you know, I appreciate you coming back. You know, first repeat guest. You know, I'm gonna make a way to kind of get you on here and now. You know, you can stop by anytime, man. So I definitely appreciate you coming through. So that's gonna do it for us today, man. Y'all catch us on Sunday. We're gonna recap the Celebration Bowl, so y'all make sure y'all check that out. And this is Mr. Braxton Blackwell, man. I'm gonna start calling him Mr. All Conference. You know, I didn't give. I mean, you know, you guys, everybody had a nickname on the special teams unit, and you didn't have one. I used to call Josh Mr. Touchback, but I'm gonna have to give him another name now since he does more than kick touchbacks. And, you know, of course, Golden Foot, you know, that you can't get a better name than that. But, you know, hey, you're Mr. All Conference now. So, you know, we'll call you first team next year. So.
Oh, yeah. That's the goal. I'm hoping we run the board. I hope Josh, me, and Robins, we're all going for it. We're all going for that bag.
Hey, let's make it happen, man. That's, you know, speaking into existence.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Well, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in. And y'all catch us on the next edition of Swag Talk. We're out of here.